12 seconds left. The annihilation
my
claims
God.
one there for
We are
Otoshima.
back.
And there's just
What
not
the
much else
fuck,
you can
dude?
do. MXS with the double senti are having a flawless defensive half.
Yeah, and we were praising at least 7 on the defensive
So
side
tilting
as a
when I
KO,
crash.
really holding it down for TSM. And this time on the defensive side for Moistex Shopify,
Holy.
it is definitely Brock. And unfortunately, a tech pause to come through to stop the momentum for a bit, but I think it's much needed, at least even though the
We
teams
won that
can't
round,
really
though,
talk
thank
to
God.
each other. It's a
Alright.
great opportunity for TSM to try to reset at least how it started as a 9-3 half could potentially now become once again the good old 9-3 curse with how good the positioning from MXS have been in the beginning of these rounds. We've had first bloods towards Wines, first bloods from Brock on how he's been playing the Hunter's Fury towards the Gelato, first bloods on the B side. Again, the defensive side, you're seeing that MXS really knows how to work their defensive side.
No, I don't think they actually take
And
pause
I
for me.
stand corrected for
trolling.
one small thing. When I thought Vic got headshotted for 145, apparently it was a fight back towards Wine, but nonetheless, it still adds into the value of how much a Proto was able to chip into the economy of MXS so far. But after these flawless rounds, first bloods, multi-kills out from MXS, it doesn't affect them at all.
I can't imagine being a TSM fan. The stress that you must be under, a 9-3 half, and that lead is going towards dissipating with MXS not dropping a single round, just denying tree control, as you pointed out. First, second, whatever bloods through holding the left side of the map. Of course, the Brock, Brock factor. Big Brock,
it was not that.
Him.
I was trying to actually find the fucking the high scene, so that way I could describe what it's like for them entering our sites right now against these double senties. But I couldn't find the scene I was looking for.
Especially TSM. But hopefully this tech pause clears soon, because I know MXS definitely want to ride this high.
These are the things that make the fucking
first map here for Brock and
stream
26
crash.
for Sim, and the story continues for Brock, but not for Sim at this point.
Tilting.
But again, I don't think it's anything on Sim or Mata at this point. You're going into this game plan on this map of
I wouldn't mind it, but probably not today.
Really
just
try
because
to avoid the aggression out of the jet. Remember how many
already
times
so
we
far
had
into it.
ops coming out here from both the attack and the defensive side on both TSM and MXS, but there's really no true value coming out of it because they're doing a great job with their utility to try to snuff out where the jet could be, push them away, and work in the opposite direction, and it makes it so much harder for you to retake the sites with an op. So both teams are really running great executions and defaults on their attack side to avoid these jets to get so much impact. And that's why, like I said before, it's the supporting cast around it that really has to step up to the plate at this point. You need those anchored players to come through. You need the double swings to be on point here for the protocols on how you're taking map control on the attack side. And they've both been really good. It's just now on the defensive side for MXS. Well, we talked about it earlier on.
We've done a really good job of changing our setup.
Stop
this tech pause is rough. It's giving them a lot of time to like cook,
10 seconds of these rounds.
you know?
MXS just gets such good information.
They're on an
They're
eco.
double sentinel,
We're on the
or
verge of
they're
tying
either
shit up.
clearing the left side of the map with sonic sensors, barriers,
They're
trips,
two off of
everything
their
to make
big initiator
Sim's
ults.
life so
Okay,
annoying.
we're out of the
7 and
timeout.
13. I don't blame them. You dash
We'll
in
likely
after having
see
to
these
already
ults next
updraft to
round,
avoid
right?
some of the trips and
Their
some
goal
of the
this round
the
should
traps.
be.
And then Otoshima will switch up and
Okay,
now
they're
put a
calling a
bunch of
timeout on
sonic
top of the
sensors
tech.
at A.
Their
TSM
goal
will
should
take
be
this
heavily focused on
long break
getting
to
these
finally
guys at
talk
least
to
an
each
orb,
other.
so that way they
This
have the
lead
ults in their
is
pocket
slipping
for
away.
next
I
round.
think that's the biggest thing too for both coaches coming in. Mac on the side of MXS.
Another
with
big thing
Otoshima
for
as the
TSM
IGL,
is they
for
actually
both
need to
Faded
string
of
together
TSM
rounds.
And Poise now
It's
taking
like
back
winning
the
a
reins
round
of
with
the
like one
IGL. It's been
alive
going
would
back
be
and forth
very rough.
between both Poise and GMD. But getting such a long pause, there's definitely some things here that the coaches have been thinking about of the state of the game so far, and that Faded needs this time now to
Why is this not a
express that
BO5?
and see how
We honestly don't know. I don't know. Did we get any explanation? I just think it like wasn't in the cards this year. I truly don't know. We didn't really get like an explanation, just how it was, you know? Oh, fuck. We're only 100 subs away from 100K on YouTube. Bro, that was like a goal of mine so long ago. That's been so hard to get there. It's been so hard. Holy fuck. That silver play button, so elusive.
really need to leverage that a little bit more, and then maybe try to leverage a proto on these lurks.
And with MXS having Brock so good with the Odin, it makes B site just so unattractive for TSM. So you go towards A.
Yeah, I'll
but
make
you can't
I'll
even
make
get
my
control of
pick 'em
tree, and that's just
after
step
the
one,
game. Yeah.
with all the sonic sensors and all, like we said, the Otoshima util everywhere. So TSM haven't had a good option. Sometimes they'll sit in the sonic sensor
Off angle
to give a
top
sense of
gen.
security at MXS, and they still won't even peek it. So
Interesting.
TSM have had no advantages to work with.
I actually
not a
used to
lot of
love
first
using
bloods
this
in their
off angle.
favor. And now they have a broken buy where
Looking like some kind of
Have a
maybe
neural
cat
theft,
play
and the proto is
into.
pulled
No,
off
okay, never
almost
mind.
some
Yeah.
miracles.
KO's going back.
in a 1v4 using that. So
It's kind of weird how sloppy they are out of this
It starts out
timeout.
there, right? They pull the camera at the very beginning to see towards a catwalk push, a recon dot towards the market very early at the same time.
Like, he got
Although
over here so
unfortunately
late.
for
He
TSM,
has no
this is a
clue what's
lower buy.
happening over
They
here.
have only
Throws
Sheriff
the
Stingers
knife
and
for
our
market,
Hero Vandal
runs
right now for
back.
7.
So they
trying to
wanted to
work
put
the
some
map.
fake pressure onto
Just
mid.
gonna wait out this
So they
wall
smoke top mid.
as
They're
it
gonna
gets
drone
weakened
through
down with the
probably,
decay,
and then they pop
going
on
for the
A.
full exit right after because they just gave a tell that where they're all at.
yeah.
They don't like the
Also
look of
caught
this right
some
now. I don't
bullets
think.
to do that. So an early barrier from Otoshima, and he still has a net. He senses
Seven
TSM
will
are
get
about
this
to
orb,
creep
I
in.
think.
That net will slow them down, and even if Sim dashes past it to disjoint TSM,
We feel this
cause chaos. They may
already having a
drive in
sight
it,
smoke.
but MX are meticulous. There is the presence. There's the knife.
Let's
TSM
fucking kill him, Otto.
get
Let's
ran down
fucking
by an
go.
op. Mana's unstoppable behind this box. Maybe TSM thought he was in heaven and threw all the smokes, the fire, the flames. MXS on top.
So it started off well. The camera and the owl drone clears out towards middle, towards market. The only thing right now, though, is that I didn't really see if there was any pressure from the op towards A main or towards B. And you really can't know on the B side because you've already used your camera on top middle. So you're just going in blindly, and that's Mana going to work, going to town once again. And when you're actually given a chance here for the op and the jet to get value, well, that's the result that you get here on the receiving end for TSM. And thankfully here is
So
that
just
they
in
know
case
that
they do
MXS
an
still has
insta
this
omen alt
op.
play,
They
we're
have
ready
Blinks
for
are
it.
now available for
We're ready for
Mana,
an insta
and you can work the
pounce.
map a little bit more by trying to figure out where this offer could be. Camera once again.
Good
finally
awareness of
spots
the
Mana.
ults. I love
Will
that.
this be a pivot for TSM to fast
This
work
C's will be
towards the A side?
fire.
Can't.
Let's go.
Stop
Seize
by
that
wall.
shit.
Like, okay, well, Motto
All
and
right.
Giga Chad last
You
round.
can see
Let's
that
try
fucks their
this again.
spacing, though.
TSM
Their
without
timing
the
now is
entry,
off.
They're just gonna flood in from one
Oh,
side.
no, he got that
There's the
fight
flame
win
storm
somehow.
from Sim dueling up against Mata and the rest. And TSM put a good dent into this defense. Mata is above though. Still with the op, and it's a proto with the backstab who came from tree, went through glass, came from behind.
Okay, Fly, you
Fly
feeling
is
this?
gonna neural theft in a 1v3.
Oh, that's annoying AF
Fly
is
gets
what that
down,
is.
Or it's planted. And Fly gets a ping and just hopes the wall bangs, but
Oh,
it's a
I'm
late
dead.
position and a change, and TSM download him.
A firing squad on the pulse plan too, just to lock down Fly and not give a chance here for Fly to get any value or even lose more weapons in the process for TSM. But everything went according to plan to what potentially Faded was cooking up here. They figured out that the op was towards middle.
Love that IE
Let's
ties.
fast hit towards
Love
the A
that
side.
positivity.
Beautiful KO knife too that nullified a lot of the utility. I think it also hit the Omen, so Vic can really throw a paranoia to add extra stall into the hit for TSM. And then April gets the late lurk right after that gets a double kill on the top of heaven. So everything worked out to perfection. But now MXS using the
Chat, I need help. What does TSM not stand for? Like, what are some things that TSM does not stand for? This is your cue to shit talk.
tree. It's here from a Proto and Sim against Vic, Brock, Odoshima's an assistant coach in the past. And a Proto, it almost feels, you could almost
David,
feel
no.
how important this would be for a Proto to beat MXS and to go to Mexico for the Ascension playoffs by beating MXS on top of that.
But that took in a proto flank through glass to really catch MXS's defense. That was the first offensive round win for TSM in this
Fuck,
half.
dude,
They're gonna have a
4
ton
ults,
of
it's
ults,
rough.
and they have a good buy now, minus you know,
Okay.
the light shields. But that took a big play out of a proto. So, okay, it worked out going through A main, just flood
We
all
have
in and
money
have a
banked,
proto
right?
go
Like, we have a lot of
tree,
money
but
banked, so if we lose
that was
this,
the
we can
only
buy
time
again.
MXS
But
slipped up.
it's, I mean, this will be a hard round, and that'll put them on 11 if we were to lose it.
And they'll still try to do it though.
Even if we lose
The
this,
slip-up
it's
is
fine
around
to
what
lose. We gotta get like
information
3
TSM's getting,
kills,
how they
chat.
fast tempo through it.
3
But this
kills
time,
is the minimum
we've
goal
seen
here.
that MXS are not being
I could give a
as
fuck if we
aggressive
win the
at the
round.
get-go.
Grind it
towards
out.
Middle, because
Don't
they've
give a
actually
free
posted
kill.
up Mata into A main, out towards the wine. And this gives a chance now for TSM to really work the map towards middle. Lots of utility being used at the very beginning by both
Shocked
initiators.
them out. Good shit.
But they haven't really gone too much information on their side. Neither did MXS because they're playing very passively. Look at how they have to watch
This
across
is
all the way
wild
back
to
towards
have an
spawn
Odin and
because
an
their cameras
off on
being used
attack, by
towards
the way.
main, so they have no real information on if TSM's really
These are
working
like
middle or not.
the entries. I guess Omen
Well,
could TP
Sim is
in.
see something, say something.
I'm
mode.
sure
He was
Sim would
just
give this
walking
op
down
to
the
like
top.
Exactly.
Kimond or someone,
Nothing
right?
standing in his
Surely.
way. It's TSM going back to
Maybe he'll
plan
pop
A,
Blade Storm.
just flood through main, but someone in
Yeah, there you
line
go.
is gonna try and prevent this. As
That's
Mata,
big.
his
Oh,
presence
fuck.
is detected. You know who was
Oh,
there,
fuck.
but not where. And he didn't get the initial shot on the updraft. Sim with the Blade Storm.
30 seconds left.
Mata has to go big here. He's not gonna get any backup, and he couldn't take anyone 6 feet under with him. So TSM, first blood, with the lead that they stole back in their favor. The null command popped by 7 as TSM surge in, fly in hell. Couldn't play off the smoke. GMD is different. And
We're gonna get three.
TSM, from front to back, take the win.
And another pathing coming through this time around on the top of tree. And Proto through the glass, getting another backstab. But that first knife that goes out towards Wine was huge by 7. I was getting a little
we
bit
even get
scared though
two?
because they weren't adding extra utility to really take down Mata. There was no KO Molly. There was no sharp
'Cause the
darts
KO
coming
is
through.
down,
They really
so-
just tried to leverage Sim
I think
up
KO is the
drafting and hoping to
second,
go for a trade.
right?
But thankfully they still got the kill.
Fuck,
activated null command, and those players inside the site couldn't do
Silver
anything.
lining,
Stand
they
corrected
used
one more
quite a few
time.
ults there.
Flya apparently is the one calling here for MXS2, taking the responsibilities away from Odoshima. Now Paul Flash to take main control
Standard
for
knife,
TSM.
flash, clear,
And the
TP
knife
across.
also clearing out towards Wine.
Very
and
obvious
TSM
this is
are
an
looking at
egg
Temple
sack.
very
Who
quickly once
misses the
again towards
trip?
Getting
Oh,
sucked
where's
in.
our smoke? Okay, there we go.
Sim's just gonna do all the dirty work for him.
Dude.
Walks into the line of sight of
Vic.
all of MXS.
We're
while
not
the rest
smoking
of
main?
Sim's team was blocked off by a barrier thrown by Odoshima. And now with the net too from MXS, they've really slowed down TSM. And when you don't have a jet, it's gonna go even slower. From the shadows from GMD.
I think Brock was
Is he
faking
gonna
that.
stick it? Because MXS, they've already downloaded this strat.
Oh, this knife.
TSM walk in. Now the smoke has dissipated.
Nice shot.
So just with the Odin, just through bullet hell, MXS have to stay firm. But it's TSM that outnumber them and outfire them to go to 12, to go to match point.
Match point now for TSM, turning it around since the timeout again from Faded a couple of rounds ago. And it continues with great utility. Yes, we slowed down the tempo a bit. This was a nice attempt. Look at the trips being set up all the way up towards Generator and also towards the boxes to stop any type of updraft dash that pulled a perfect slingshot to catch the dash out from Sim. But everybody else just behind. 7 with the Odin, getting all of these kills. And then the ult from GMD, even though it wasn't stuck, it saw 2 players out of 4 towards
What is
spawn,
this?
which once again, TSM knew they had power of numbers to flood back towards the A site. Now with no ults left though,
I actually don't
this is a great
understand what those
opportunity for
pings
MXS to
Great
turn it
art,
back
whole
around and potentially push this to another overtime because they need a lot of rounds here for TSM before ults come back.
I like this.
But they only
This
need
is
one to
good.
close the
The
map.
dart gets like a lot of pings.
Oh, this
We
drone.
react. We
I
have some
saw-
movement here. This is
Again,
good.
I'm not sure, but
Still seeing
MXS
it.
had an early ping on B main too, and TSM knew they did not want to stay in that hallway, not with Brock buying an Odin.
Does Vic want to TP
almost
over
every
that?
round.
That's a very
Yeah, 7
risky
has to
play.
match
I would
too,
actually
so
think it's a
Brock
bad
will
play to
unleash.
TP over this, but
Well, 7 would give him a taste of his own medicine. And TSM don't have a lurk of a proto going somewhere else, so a lot of map control of TSM is being given up.
I think Vic
Just
should go
really
grab the orb as
reinforce
quick as
this
possible.
flood right through main as TSM
ult to be.
Sim right through all
Thank
the
you.
trips,
Oh my.
all the smoke, and 7 just gets a lucky hit through all of that.
Come
And
on, Flya.
MXS
Come on,
don't
Flya.
get a single pick waiting.
Nice
And
shot.
TSM walk in, puts Flya in the closet. It's done already good damage, but he gets overwhelmed too. TSM have the numbers,
30
doubling the
seconds
forces of MXS. TSM with the plant, going for the win so that they can send us into our deciding map of Haven. It's up to Vic and Otoshima.
Here.
Grouped up on Paranoia.
Remaining.
Oh, but just too quick on the draw is a proto as Vic. But an impossible task ahead of him. With the paranoia, he sets himself up, but with the recon,
This is
he'll know
ridiculous.
when he swings and where. And now time is running out as Vic had to deal with that recon bolt. And, well, he does a good job. Now there's only 2 in the smoke, but he has to kill them here and now, or this defuse may not be possible. And he gets 4 for his efforts. But how does he have enough time?
Oh, NT, Vic. NT,
win
dude.
another map off the skin of their teeth just like yesterday. And we go to Haven.
Look at the sigh of relief coming out from a Proto. It was going to be another one of those moments where TSM can potentially win a round.
Damn, bro. That was a bit of a thrown map. I'm not going to lie. That was a bit of a thrown map there. Fuck. TKO, thanks for the 3 months. Frosty, thanks for the 13. Hayes with 31. Fuck. All right, we're going to Haven. Let's look at the stats real quick. I didn't see Sunset, but here's Sunset. We won both pistols there. Ascent, 1-for-1 pistols. This was an absolutely blown opportunity at the end of the first half. And again in the second half. Like, both halves just kind of shitting the bed and fizzling out. Rough. It's rough. All right. Let's see what we got here. Pretty good here. This is where they lost that like ISO comp. Let's see what they're cooking. Hold up, actually. What was that? Sense stats again. Wow, Mada's having a bit of an off day, huh? We need Mada. We definitely need Mada active. I'm stressed now, yeah. Because we really need Mada to have a game. We need Mada to come alive here. He's definitely having a rough series right now. Should be a super fucking close game. Oof.
Position while TSM
is just running like the base
I mean, they've only played it.
7 is playing Sova here. A full util on pistol. Okay. So their default is going to work with constant masking from Cypher Omen. So you can see Cypher starts over here. I believe the Cypher threw a cage and dipped. And then they also throw the smoke to block. Oh no, actually Cypher didn't buy a cage. Just bought 1 trip. Okay, so they just use an Omen smoke to deny that info real quick. Because Cypher doesn't have a cage this round. It's kind of crazy he fucking came out and got that kill. I missed the start of the desk. Oof. No, I'm not going to give him no. That was a very poor mid clear. I don't really know what to say other than that. Standard. It's going to be a dart at the corner. Fault line. Okay, that's very basic. They're willing to just fight that. I wonder how they posture on an A default. Death by Sneeko. It's hard to say like how good they are because the comp they're playing right now, But they are just doing the absolute fucking basics right now with the default comp. Like nothing unique, nothing like a crazy look. It's like I'm watching Haven in 2022. Like this should be very readable. Just nothing insane. Not even like a nutty fake yet. Alright, Civil alt round. What's their play? C-pop, Cypher, same thing. Just denying info at A. Make sure you get slips as cage in. Cam's mid. Hitting C with Civil alt. No one-way spawn. Lurk through garage as the C hit happens. Yeah, I think it's doable. It's definitely it'll be a hard map, but they're not like giga prepped here, is what I'm seeing, chat. But this map was at the start of playoffs, so they will have additional layers, right? I just saw that they actually have the short, like 7 has this short dart, the double bounce. That's a good dart to have. They just keep throwing like the vision denial shit at A. So I'm sure we'll try a C push at some point if we're running the neon. This is their posturing. We should have a counter for this. This fucking posturing. This is what I mean. Like teams have this. This is what you need to counter. All right. So what their A hit looks like with breach alt. They know you're playing it. This is what they're gonna do. Let's see how they deal with this stall smoke. They cut a blind through the left side sight. Are they willing to go through it? Yep, they're willing to go through it. Double dry. Wait, actually. Poise flashing back sight when they're going through it. Actually, I think Poise might be flashing to the left. All right, no more. I kind of wait. What new? Is there a new? What do you mean new agent select? I guess I haven't seen it. What are you talking about? Yoink, yo, thanks for the 6 months. Bye, Sarah.
We're keeping it spicy in challengers today. TSM against really unlikely odds to take down the second map of Ascent. A little bit of a troublesome map for them for a while to take us into a map 3 to find out who is going to be moving on to Ascension and who gets eliminated. Don, I mean, this was crazy.
Crazy indeed. I mean, we've come to expect the scrappiness from TSM, but this was a much cleaner map from them. A nice solid 9-3 defensive half. Sets them up for an attack side that started to look a little scary towards the beginning. MXS getting that pistol, starting to build that momentum, getting several rounds in a row. But good timeout from the side of TSM. Really locked in, honed in on some weaknesses on the A site. Started to
I see.
And bust out onto the A site really effectively, and that really set up for the TSM victory there. So really well done by TSM. A lot less dirty than we typically see from them. These guys were looking on point. I mean, Sin with that rifle, or I'm sorry, with that sniper rifle was just looking insane. Really hard to contest with that when you're trying to enter onto the bomb site. He's looking down the operator scope at you.
Yeah, honestly, really even in the head-to-head between the Jets, but neither of them actually has a huge impact outside the start of the round. I mean, Sim and Mata are involved in like 10 and 11 first kill, first death situations, respectively. So, the rounds are definitely starting off between those two Jets.
Wait,
but I've got to
was
say,
your alias Sen KDS? Are you preparing for
and love to take these duels. Their clearing protocols on the attacking side were really good. It took a little while to get them rolling, but because they had such a solid defense, mostly because of a Proto being basically unkillable over on that A side, they've just got to win themselves like a few rounds. And I love the way they get onto A main. They really hammered that site. They put a lot of pressure on Odorous, who's playing by Gen, and a couple of times they cleared out Marta for free, who was trying a few different things, like playing from Wine or, you know, trying to play around sort of one ways that were thrown up towards Tree here. So TSM looked very, very well drilled. And this is another map that is, I'd say, made its way back into their pool. Ascent can always have that volatility of just, you know, what team sort of turns up on the day. And you can see here individuals really ruled the roost. But it's another situation where Marta is taking a back seat to the rest of his team. Again, it's Vic Brock and Odoshima. They were all able to step up. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to get them over the line. Their A hold was really flimsy. And I think there's a lot to be said about, you know, getting good value out of that deadlock on defense. As much as she is a sentinel, Don, we really feel like she's very powerful in those post plants on the attack side, but you have to time her util so well when you're defending with her. That requires you to get info. You have one less info gathering agent, replacing them with a sentinel, and it can be hard to do that safely and to make good rotations with that composition.
Yeah, that's right. You're forgoing an info initiator agent when you're going for that deadlock pick. So your rotations have to be on point. You have to really understand what they're doing and be in the right place to use that utility. It's strong util, but if you're not using it at the right time,
that's
it can be
hilarious
really,
that you tagged up
just useless for you.
I do want to say, too, that I definitely thought for a little bit once we got into the side swap that MXS were kind of looking in a nice spot to be kind of closing things out. But as soon as TSM got their variants, they really did not let go of them. And Uber calling back to 1 round 2. They're so aggressive, and MXS, like, just kind of putting themselves out a little bit, and TSM are taking full advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Marta, it's very straightforward. It's a Blade Storm round, but they get hit by a 0 point stuck in Wine. This is, again, TSM having really good clearing protocols, and they step up onto the side, and they wash them away. We talked about it. Odoshima really struggled to play from Gen effectively because quite often Sim is dashing onto the side and trading himself out quite happily after, for example, in that round, they got a free kill essentially on Marta, and they're able to just wash away the side. Odoshima doesn't have time to put down a barrier. He doesn't really have the ability to make trap plays happen with the Gravnet because they're playing quite passively and they're not really fighting for that A main outside of, you know, Marta maybe hoping to catch some people and dash in. As soon as, and look, that 0 point to Wine is pretty common. It's not the standard one that you throw, but it's going to get mixed in, you know, here and there on a couple of rounds. And that's a round that Marta makes a big investment in getting the operator. And that's when things really start to fall apart. TSM find an opening to pivot into some attack side round wins, get 4 in a row, and take the map.
I mean, we'll have to see for MXS if they can kind of pull themselves together now looking at map 3 in the series. Because reminder, this is do or die. Loser, you gotta get nothing. Winner will be going on for Ascension. It's gonna be TSM starting over on the attack. And Dawn, when I'm looking back at MXS on this map, it's kind of something that, I don't know, there's been a lot of kind of changes in the composition, just kind of tweaking here or there, which I think for me looking at it seems to be terrifying when this is now your chances of moving on the line.
Yeah, they're clearly, you know, trying a couple different things, seeing what's going to stick for them. You know, that's pretty common for these guys, but I think in particular they've shown a willingness to put their...
I mean, I'll be a lot better if we win this game. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, we're starting attack. Let's see our win rate here. Man, I'm diving way too deep into these analytics. Who fucking cares about this shit? Just like nervously looking at all the fucking analytics and shit. So just pick a random day. Fucking different comps all the time. Can't even gain anything of value from looking at this. Can't even literally gain anything from value. All right. I kind of hope we're running the default comp. I hope it's just base comp versus base comp. I think we're better. We're just better.
Big decisive map. It's all about who can be showing up on the day, who can be performing, and then, okay, it's going to be TSM back on the Neon.
Yeah, this is definitely
Sim has
interesting.
been playing really well in the Neon.
Dabble a little bit with the Neon on this map in the past.
All right.
You know, link it up with the breach. So some of the ideas are going to be pretty similar to what we saw on Sunset. But what I loved with TSM in their last matchup against Bleed is they had great defensive rotations. Won 8 defense rounds against that team in order to take the game away. But this is a return to their old comp.
Yeah, and I'm curious then, returning to what is old if it's going to be gold now. And reminder, map 3. It all comes
TSM is
down
having
to
a
this.
hella nutty
Map picks
run.
have been exchanged, but who
I
can perform
really
on
didn't
Haven
expect it.
is going to be coming out on top and be moving on to Ascension for the last time.
I mean,
today.
I always
Back
knew
over
this team was
to Vance and
capable.
Lemon to
I
take us
gassed them up
through.
for so long, and right when I sold the
Thank
stonks
you so much,
at the start
Sierra.
of
I'm
playoffs,
so glad I am comfortable.
they just fucking
in
hit the
my
ground running.
blacklight chair. I am sat and ready because Sim is on Neon, and you saw the work, the work that he did on Sunset.
Please,
I'm
no.
so ready.
Stop, Lemon Kiwi.
Lemon Kiwi, what does it look like? The chair is tiny for me, and yours is like XXL size.
Well, you know, they gotta treat a queen, right? They gave you the good one. They gave you the travel.
The travel chair.
But no, jokes aside, this is definitely going to be a
What the
very important
fuck?
game because definitely
All right.
going into the do or die BO1.
This is it, chat.
TSM versus MXS. But on
Literally
top of that,
one
Sim
map
going
decides
back
who's making
into a
Ascension.
Neon for the
A whole
composition
year.
for TSM. They've
Whole
played this in
fucking
the
year.
past, but they have a double initiator to support Sim
C.
on top of that.
They're playing
And I think
retake
it just
C.
makes sense to see how well he's been
They
playing.
will
on
have a very
Sunset
good
the
retake
last
with these four
few
close.
times that he's played the Neon. And not maybe getting the best value,
All
but
right,
adding
Lurk
the
smoked
extra
a lobby. This
concussive
dart
with
isn't
Floods,
getting anything, so
is gonna
Soba
be
not
okay,
feeling good about
on
this.
how Sim
What is
brings
he
out the
going with?
playstyle of this Neon, but
All right.
MXS is starting
We are
things
contacting.
off. A walk contact on the top of the
That's
C
great
site,
because
where it
they're
seems to be a
anticipating
flood retake
more
that's going to
A,
happen from TSM.
so they're kind of
From
out
the
of
flank as
position
well.
to flood.
Kind of a weird
Oh
trip up
my
against the wall. I
fuck.
guess it catches the player that went to the corner. So
We didn't even break it,
it
chat.
works.
We didn't even break it.
Hook, line, and sinker.
It's gonna get another one,
And
isn't it?
MXS running the same comp that they
Don't get
won
another one.
against
I'll
Lin
fucking.
with
I don't want to
after
see it get another,
having so many
please.
iterations of what MXS wanted to run on this map. This is the one they gotta stick it out with. Sim sliding out through the smoke, and Vic knows there's people behind. The dominoes fall, but there's only one remaining. It's Odashima on the post plant. Recon gets taken out. TSM stopped their way forward. And it will be a defuse for TSM. Another pistol, too.
And what a moment for TSM to pop off and win the pistol round here in this third map. Pretty much a storyline of how TSM has been playing throughout the stage 1 and stage 2 to this moment.
I saw
Always
that like
in the mid pack.
some of the other regions were BO5. Bro.
Arcs like OXG, and they're able to make it through now at this point to get even closer to winning into map number 3 against MXS, and it starts off well with that pistol round. And with this second round, they do not want to relent. Potentially another walk down, but it's a smoke instead for the choke to start things off. And 2 players just holding down towards B. So we're weak side towards A for TSM, and it's a great
So
start for
keep it
MXS
crossed
if they
here.
want to continue to tempo in this area.
Just gunning it down mid. Even Psycho said, like, both these teams really trust in their duelists to play whatever agent they want. Mata on his best one of the Jet. Sim back on
Okay,
the
they're
Neon.
out of the sight.
Let loose. He wasn't checked.
Oh my
on
god, this is
Sunset.
weird.
He's gonna see what he can get away with this map. His boys catches someone peeking, but there's
Holy
a
shit,
lot
that's so
more around
weird.
the corner than
Alright,
he
2 and 3.
expected.
This is not bad
And
at
then
all.
just 7 gets hit by a shock bolt. That's funny. That makes sense. We'll play with only 2 bodies.
They swoop a gun.
TSM
Hell yeah.
GMD with an SMG too. I could get around this. And Sim with high gear. He really wants to just run it down on MXS.
Oh my god, he hit the
and I
timing.
guess the one way works out in favor of MXS. As they
my
can
God,
just
he's-
wait and see.
No!
Rock with 3, but a Proto with the last left. And the defuse for TSM.
A Proto once again in a clutch situation where we were a little bit discoordinated, not coordinated rather, into TSM for the retake when, again, its players running ahead of utility, and the upgrade that you had from the Bulldog from Brock almost.
I will say I am not a fan at all of Vic holding that flat angle, and I would be so mad. Dude, anyone that plays Valorant knows you don't fucking hold a flat angle like that where someone's crosshair placement is on the swing. Like, that's just not how the game works. Like, that's not a good angle to hold. Like, I wouldn't even mind if he was fucking way out wide. Like all in. Would rather that play than fucking holding that flat line like
Too much of a
that.
buffer to MXS to really
Oh.
climb back.
I would have rather
what kind of
anything
routine
other
is
than
in
him holding
and
this
build
line.
as they
Like
hold their
him
position
sneaking out
back
here,
to
him playing
in
default,
garage,
him peeking with
and
Brock,
hearing
him
someone
full
on
hiding.
the other side, and Sam is wanting to swing out of this. He's insane, and didn't even get punished for that. Paranoia is gonna catch MXS, and TSM going for the kill. But the Hunter's Fury as a retaliation there from Brock. Get the punish on Sim as MXS trade blows with TSM.
That's a great start because that's 2 weapon potentially upgraded now for players, and the smoke don't miss, which allows Mata to get the pick onto Boys.
Come into the game, Mata.
So
come into the game. We need Mata, chat. We need Mata. We need Mata.
And MXS are just all stacked on the site. They could be attacked from Garage, the back site. The smokes are gone. MXS. Okay, who is looking at what? And Mata has the better shot, and they're just mowing down TSM.
Don't throw away the guns, man. Why
GMD.
do we do this? And like these 3-on-1s every fucking time. I'm getting upset.
Is ticking down, and heard MXS leave. He's gonna tap this, and yeah, MXS are gonna just pressure him off. GMD knows it's unwinnable.
Holy
and
shit,
hopes
dude!
to get away with his weapon.
Like every time.
Stopping the bleeding no matter what.
Every time we're in like a 1-on-4, a 4-on-2, a 1-on-3, it's like everyone is so greedy in those moments. Like everyone's just wide swinging, everyone's out in a 1. They don't know how to reel it back in. It's like, yeah, that setup wouldn't have been bad like in the 3-on-3, but now we're in the 3-on-1. Let's adapt a little. Let's get a little bit more passive and play to our advantages.
Turn round. They could afford to play it with smaller shields here. As you can see, GMD, he has enough to buy full shields, but still wants to play small armor so that he could potentially buy
dart for bottom short
as soon as possible.
That's a good dart for Neon, because Neon could get past.
And going for a spray, 7 starts it off.
What the fuck?
He re-peeks then. Of course, there's a smoke.
I can't believe he came back. Our smokes are dead. How can we possibly exec on A without having smoke? We gotta hit this shit fast.
We'll have to do this without
like real fast.
Smokes from him, or at least there's still smokes from Mata, and MXS have been able to quietly walk in. Aftershock push 7 back. Not
heroic aftershock right there.
So MXS have a window to plant in, but with TSM, with Boys around the corner, MXS don't have a lot of time to waste. Now they can have a time advantage now that the spike is planted.
He's gonna flash on the flood.
And of course, Fly will be in position to flash.
Flash
TSM walk in, Boys flashing from heaven as well. MXS. They start to get surrounded. Sim, though, is cut down. And that's all needed to do was slow him down. But it's a true battle, and TSM thrived through that chaos.
It had to come down to a 1 versus 1 again when TSM's utility to start things off, to kick things off, and the retake looked really good. I just had to. Oh, that made me jiggle. That made me chuckle a bit. Sorry about that, chat.
Jiggle.
But at least when we're looking at how things started for the flood retake for TSM, to kick things off with the fast lane, just to make sure that you waste enough time
Vans
here for your breach to get on the top of
so
him.
Unhinged,
go for a paranoia flash and recon dart to get perfect pings.
I feel fucking sick, chat.
And knowledge of where MXS
but I feel confident. We got this.
Was perfect. And now MXS in a broken buy, potentially wanting to leverage this rolling thunder if they get an early pick.
The dart
but they're
gets
definitely avoiding A side to start as soon as GMD smokes this out. So they're pivoting MXS towards a mid plant, which could be kind of good though. I'd give this over to the Jet to go for a plant and a dash away, or to Vic. But instead it's a walk contact.
Holy fuck, we got a window pick. That's so lucky.
From a random peek from Vic to Garage.
Holy fuck, that's so lucky.
Planting B seems so risky if all 5 were to be alive from the other side. And MXS have found a way to fall line too when Sim and friends on TSM's A side like to be annoying. Now it's a teleport from MXS and kind of ran into something there at C to make MXS pull back, and they're still gonna take control of Garage. Hunter's Fury from the defense to slow down MXS, to weaken them. They're almost all tagged up as MXS have no sense of comfort. Now the spike is dropped. This round is over.
Oh man, but this is a similar storyline though for MXS to force out these ults out from TSM into their lower buy is actually a nice little silver lining here for Moistek Shopify on their attack side.
Why did Vic ult in the middle of the back of the C site, which then forces himself to cancel? I knew that would happen the second I saw his ult. Why is he ulting there? Why is he ulting there? I'm gonna fucking lose it.
camera. They're starting to feel it here. No pressure coming out from TSM into map number 3.
I know Seven was like tweeting out some stats of like, oh, his plushy buff, like something about a plushy buff. I forgot what it's called. I'm not a true weeb, but I'm sorry. But
like,
you
he
know,
forced
TSM
himself
are
to
happy,
cancel
especially
based on like
this
his
early of a
ult
timeout
spot.
from MXS.
Why did he
Like,
choose
TSM
that
are such a
spot?
frustrating team
Why-
to play against. They really
I would
bring
argue
out
they
the
didn't
worst
even
in
need to
everyone
use
else.
it to
Like,
begin
you
with,
saw
but
just how Oxygen couldn't even reach that peak because they kind of have to stoop to.
so here in
TSM's
this
plan, which
scenario,
sometimes is just running.
watch
guns
it
through
where
the
he
smoke.
chooses to ult. It's like
We'll see what MXS
the
have
middle of the
discovered
back
when
of the
this
site,
timeout. Trailing only by
right
a few
here.
rounds, but
Like, why did
definitely
you just
thrown
ult in the
off
back of the
having
site, bro?
go
You're
to hate
breach
this.
ulting. Like, why?
But there's definitely 5 players in this lobby right now
Yeah, I guess the clear
that
long.
are feeling
I
the
don't
pressure
know.
of this third map, recollecting what happened to the
Oh, I don't know why the Twitch doesn't work.
Sim and Otoshima, but this time on the receiving end is Moist X Shopify, just like
I'm
Moist
so
Mobile
tilted.
before.
I can't even fucking.
Sim's looking for
Let's
a
go.
fight, and finally
All right.
Mata is finding some life here for MXS to fight.
And
Okay,
Sim
I
didn't
like that we
have a
planted
friend that
someone
time. He didn't have
short
GMD
to
go for
listen.
paranoia,
He can
and, like,
time a
Sim was
lurk.
able to free peek and not
He
get
can't get
punished this time.
overactive
Not
on the
so
lurk
much.
though.
Drone up through garage.
Boys is
full
aware
reveal,
of
like,
this.
There's no one there, maybe.
Good
The
kill.
back of
Great
spawn,
kill,
and
Vic.
there's just been a
Smoke
lot of
heaven.
dry peaks that
Thank
are
you.
resulting in MXS picks. And they get to just run into A, of course, through short as well, clearing everything.
Okay.
And they've smoked off heaven,
we're
so
back.
good start for MXS.
Yeah, maybe even a save to
Oh yeah, CC, who you got
move
with
forward here
James?
for TSM. Their economy's quite low. And you're seeing them backpedaling towards the C site to meet up with a proto, and this is an important. These are important rifles to save, but
Sorry.
also realizing that
Jesus
they
Christ.
can't really
You need
free
to
reign
yell.
walk
Oh my
out
God.
into these angles anymore, just like they did it.
I didn't know we had to pay for the info.
MXS
Holy
decided to
fuck.
slow down the tempo a little bit more, pull back all the way towards the spawn in the very beginning of
Gatekeeping
these rounds,
on
and
us.
just trying to punish who's ever going to over peak coming through. Because remember, the playstyle that Sim has with this Neon and how he played towards the sunset doesn't
Back to
mind
the
peek
fucking
out
anxiety
through
I go, I
smokes,
guess.
through doors, 'cause he
Gotta
can just
focus on this game.
activate the high gear and just dance away, jump away, even dash away if he needs to slide away. And this time MXS was ready for that. And that might change now the approach of how TSM wants to play the defensive side, though.
Just, you know, from the front.
Well, MXS are starting to figure out that TSM, like you said, like to go for those dry peaks. So MXS, just patience is paying off, and this is how they can take back a couple of rounds, especially after that timeout. Worked out for MXS.
No front beat trip.
So TSM just got to dial things back, and don't peek out of garage unless you got a paranoia, unless you have some util or information to play off of.
Wonder why
That's
he
not that's a slip up
double
that
tripping
TSM
C, nothing
doesn't have
garage,
again.
nothing
That's the
B.
usual Odin spray from Seven.
Just a little bit of
for
prodding
a
around the
long.
map, and they can be in
That
big
MXS
trouble here.
Sometimes like the fault line towards just to keep him in his place.
So
with that defensive
fucking
smoke in place,
super
MXS
risky setup by
Right,
them.
for TSM.
There's a
Not gonna
lot of
explode
blind
everything.
spots if this cam goes
And
down.
now this forces a proto just to fall back and play the retake towards the C side, especially when TSM are playing a weak side garage. They tried to set up a crossfire this time
Here.
on the A pressure that MXS has been bringing in on the last second hits. So now that's taken care of. They know the hits towards the C site.
Bro,
They're
they
still
have
controlling
so
the
they have to retake
and the
garage
C
right
mount,
now.
So this is a free rotate, and they could have.
Okay,
a
I like
flat
that Vic
split
won with
retake
that.
right
I like
after.
that.
Fly only has one flash left.
Fly has
no
no.
paranoia. Shock bolts from Brock. They've got some options if you're MXS to
That's insane.
keep TSM stuffed
What?
in this corner. As
Oh.
Vic finds a little crack in all the smokes, and he's above, and he'll get one
What
for his troubles.
are we
But
doing?
TSM have found a way into the site. Now that those defenders from MXS are gone, and it's just Otoshima. It took a lot of time for TSM
Oh
to
my
re-enter, to retake, and now it's a 1v1 with Brock.
Fuck, dude, no!
He saw that he was sapping there for Otoshima and almost got there. Almost got the kill
Oh.
onto 7, but it comes down to a full stick through the smoke. But I gotta give some credit on how Vic tried to break the retake, the flood retake coming through, sets his own one-way on the top and TP's on it. And that was not expected by TSM. Almost ran away with more than one kill.
What is
Unfortunately,
Brock
playing the Vandal,
doing,
couldn't
dude?
spray, as well as the
What is
Phantom,
this
and that got
post?
immediately traded, and you saw how it all unraveled towards the end. But a nice little attempt, but at the end of the day, it's a round that goes back and forth for the last 3 rounds. This time, it's TSM taking the upper hand, and now taking the lead still by 3. And MXS going back to what kind of worked? Hitting towards the A side and having better positions on the pulse plant where they don't have to play the long range spam and could play inside the site.
Okay, here's the
7 hasn't spammed A long, so the trip is broken. MXS checking for Cypher utility. Just come up. This is gonna isolate Flya, and you can't afford to lose him.
Oh my god!
For fights, and I guess it doesn't matter when 7 gets 4 in the corner with an Odin.
There is something with 7 and an Odin in this series that you cannot take him down.
Bro.
And despite being such a...
I don't know what they're doing. They're literally playing a game of Valorant, like trying to fucking beat TSM's shit, and they're reading it completely wrong. I don't know why they're not just focusing on their own game plan if they're running the default comp, but bro, they need to fucking get it together.
Sewers and get that 4K in the round. And now
Like
MXS,
that's them like thinking
they
like
have to
3
split a
steps
little bit
ahead
better
and being
now
very wrong.
towards the A side,
Like very
or
wrong.
at least try to insert players
Fly tried to do what he did earlier
into the minute
when
mark down towards
when they had no
if they want
smokes.
to try to hit towards the A side, because moving in blindly into these splits, they're running into heavy traps.
Here.
Going top
Brock
side
has a drone, and
with the
that's
Fnatic
the
smoke.
last option of info after the recon there, but it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
good
MXS
kill.
just dash in, but they get hit by paranoia, so Mata will fall. TSM match the numbers, and the lockdown
Oh my god,
keep
why?
TSM from retaking anytime
Why?
soon.
Like
It
why?
pushes them to the edge, and Vic is gonna stick this teleport, and Sim knows what's
Why?
up. Vic doesn't have the HP to scrap through that. So unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Yeah, you're running a lockdown and you're still TPing outside of the radius of the lockdown. You're giving your life away.
Yeah, and while Sim was trying to take some lives away, activating the
Bro.
overdrive, and TSM just win every gunfight. So
This
it
is such a
doesn't
bad
matter.
app.
MXS, the setup works, the plan works, but what happens when TSM don't care about your plan and throw it in the garbage?
I know Shima got caught with a knife in hand. I don't think he was expecting that TSM were going to roll.
We are fucking. I feel like we've made some crumbling plays in this half. That doesn't mean we can't reel it back. This is a super important timeout. This is a very important timeout. If I had to guess, based on my experience coaching, the comms feel fucking awful right now. They're absent. Whoever normally gives mid-round ideas, whoever's normally proactive, is not proactive. They're too in the moment. They're too... I don't know. There's days and times where this happens, and it just feels like something is really off. Like really off right now. But I'm not gonna lie, like a motivational speech right now to get people to calm probably would be huge. Focus on spacing, focus on trading, keeping things basic, keeping things simple. Don't overcomplicate things. Don't feel like you're the worst players. Don't feel like you're the worst team. Don't feel like you have to make the play every fucking post plant with even numbers. Just let the rounds play out. Like, just let them fucking play out by themselves. You don't have to end them. Like, bro, they're trying to end the rounds like so fast.
Really stressed because this was not even a map they were
Either that or
expecting
they're
to go
crawling
to.
into the sites
And
at like a
this is
snail's
MXS who
pace.
struggled against a neon comp like this against Blinn. Well, we're running a fade on that.
Yeah.
Side instead of a Sova and a
This is
Chamber.
actually Mudda's
Moist
worst
only
game
won that
too.
13-11, so this is not
But
an
honestly, the
amazing
team
map for
is not
Moist.
helping out too much.
As they run into A, they run into the same trouble.
Vic's
for
doing work
TSM,
at getting
playing
the
a
short
forward
kill.
defense on A.
Oh god.
No cost GMD and a rolling thunder as
Triple
MX is trying to fight fire with fire
Triple hit
and
us.
run through A short to see if they can pinch them in.
Okay.
But MX decide to abandon ship.
Started off well, though. Vic with the TP across to break line of sight from the recon to get the first blood, but 3 of them just got pinged out by the Hunter's Fury from 7. So they're going to move in together. Yes, they'll get a plant, but they're going to be weakened
That's
now
a
in the
scary
pulse plants.
kill.
We might give a
He's trying
chance
to
now
get a
for
spam kill
TSM
through
again
that.
to fight back.
And nothing off the Rolling Thunder, so MXS
Holy
will
fuck.
drone into
What a fight.
C.
What a
and that is
fight.
a big pick to catch Sim on the flank. He's been a menace to them before, but you have this Odin from 7 that can just cause all chaos, and Mata just is barely gonna get away with this plant shot right at the end.
What?
And now Proto is online, and he as well, and Neural Theft will keep Otoshima in his place. And he is pinged down. That's yet another successful.
Like, why is the team like not moving up? Like, why are they not scaling up with Mata right there? Why are they trying to plant in the open right here with no backside control? Why is no one ready to like do anything? There's 3 people sitting long as this plant's going down as Mata's side. Like, what are they doing? What are they actually doing? Bro, this is so frustrating because I know that they're better than this. They know they're better than this. They definitely know they're better than this.
And MXS, it doesn't look like an MXS that we just saw here in the last 2 maps.
Light shield buys from MXS.
They are probably super tilted.
Health being chunked out.
And that's not going to help.
He goes to repeat that against the Odin from 7. Usually, you know, to be fair, he's positioned on the A side, and this Odin in Garage is a new look.
Like a kill too.
But Sim in Garage.
Good patience by Mata.
Blood
man.
is nothing new. MXS even tried to stun them back. Now everyone's barking on the other side of the walls. TSM come out on top of the engagement, but it's not unwinnable for MXS. But now it's all up to Brock in a 1 versus 3.
This is cooked. This is cooked.
And the Odins, man, they must have bust them or something. Jeez.
No Broctagon this time around, no clutches coming through either, but that drive-by from a Proto falling back and still getting the kill onto Otoshima falling back into the Garage, it just shows how they're so comfortable. He's even fully stunned by his own teammate and gets a kill off of that. They're just vibing so far here for TSM, and they could do no wrong in this first half with just fadeaway kills, kill through smokes, the way that they're just flooding back into the sites, and also finding perfect timings because they're swinging into moments where they should be able to get away with murder with the first kill. But change of pace.
Oh, what?
All right.
Just the ultimate punish. MXS says, we're really done with your business. They just roll it. Aggressive push into a Hunter's Fury from Brock. Pressure the backside, and MXS will take full control and all these re-entries not for the moment.
Maybe we
now
get this.
keeping Fly alive. Actually, he has no util left. From the shadows there, activated from GMD. Won't stick it. MXS playing from main and also on the site. Mata at a close corner hold. TSM have shot close. They have a paranoia. There's GMD throwing it out. And they get smoked off. The timing of that was huge for Vic.
1 on 3.
And MXS scrap their
30
way
HP.
through. And they weaken TSM down to their last person. And it's 7. That wasn't a 1v3.
Is there a reason
and
for
now
that?
2 left.
Is there a reason for this? Why are we allowing me to have?
Gets it halfway.
Holy
But that
fuck,
is it.
bro.
MXS with a big win once they up the aggression.
I just love Seren's like, hey, Big, watch me defuse this halfway. But they had the utility there for the pulse plan for MXS. They were looking at a good spot. And again, it was just on the quick tempo that they added into sewers to really catch TSM off guard and not allowing, I think it was Sim on the up there to get true value at the bottom of the sewers. And then MXS just caught so many players off guard right after that because they were a little bit in different positions there on how they were holding the defensive side on that A side. So thankfully, they stopped the hemorrhaging, they stopped the bleeding. And this is a 9-3 half in favor of TSM, reminiscent of the second map rather, of Ascent.
Time for a feed.
Oh yeah, ooh, you really had to bring that up, that 9-3 half for TSM, but
was it a curse?
Get back on. It could be cursed.
Cage trigger.
TSM on the attack this time.
Scanning ahead.
MXS, is Mata wanting to push past this shield, or are they going to want to just fire as the cage drops? I'm realizing TSM aren't there. A lot of right side map control for MXS. Their KJ util in B. Someone holding Garage. No one on C. MX is gambling to stack the right side of the map. Here's TSM
I was just
storming into B
RB play.
with no smokes
Huge
to
fucking
protect their
fire
plant,
right
to
there,
protect
killing Sim.
themselves
A
from
tap,
getting
they
pinched
fall
from all
off, they'll go and
sides.
C while 2 spawn holding.
Well, TSM completely abandoned B, realizing how exposed and vulnerable they are. They pivoted to C right into Broxery, who couldn't win a gunfight.
Nice
But
flood,
now
though.
that MX
Good
are
flood.
united,
Good
Spike
flood by
wins
those
with
two.
3.
Good job by Vic.
Completely turns this around for MXS.
Wow.
Same storyline once again. MXS winning the pistol and comfortably on top of that. Couple of ghosts being.
Dude. We're just... Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Combs. I'm thinking right now, like, dude, Brock had the goated play if he just swung off contact. They're like not... They're so far ahead and like they're panicking. They're just moving fast, right? They're thinking fast. They're moving fast. In a clear mental state, like I swear, Brock would wait for that contact and swing. It's like moments like that that could cost us this fucking comeback.
3,000 across the board.
They really need to
bonus
reel it
into
in.
the next round where TSM,
Right.
they're probably gonna have a rifle round going into the next. I'm just looking at their econ to see if they want to go for an op onto Sim, but he went into a sheriff this round. They're going to try to leverage that to get an opener on their side.
MXS is playing a distant battle, the one about information, and just slowing down the tempo until they know where the hit is going.
Nice shot, Vic.
Fault line and
Vic is shooting,
exposed
man.
himself out
He's
of the
playing
smoke,
fine
and
mechanically.
GMD was there.
The couple
paranoia
mental
flipping.
errors.
So TSM
Oh my
are gonna
god.
see if they could collapse onto these defenders and see while they know where they are. But
We'll take that
it's
one,
different.
Death.
This is
We'll
now
take that one.
back-to-back rounds where he gets at least a 3K.
Yeah, he's definitely feeling it right now for Moistic Shopify. Holding down the anchor,
This
holding
bonus-
on the C site,
this
but
bonus
that's
would be
2
huge.
times that TSM have been working towards
7
the
with
side
the
and
attack
sees that it's an
Odin.
Omen and KJ being set up on this C plant. So now they go for a tempo into the A site.
Oof.
With an Odin in the hands of 7, and MXS is ready for it. They already have 4 players on this side. Fault line, smoke getting ready.
All right,
trying
quad
to put
A play.
their jet on the line from Mata, potentially even walking up with a stinger.
It's the short
But they
dart.
are
Revealing edge.
poised to fight.
Or actually, that's the one for Sewer.
Who is
So
gonna
double
stop
bounce.
Sim? Slows down right in the smoke. Mata, does he cross that threshold? And it's TSM just winning the battle, at least for A short, while MXS gonna make a good dent into A long.
Wait, be careful.
As Brock with an
Brock's
SMG
gonna die.
sees someone in sewers and just,
Cage
oh, the
trigger.
SMG's not gonna win that. The drone to see how pushed up he is. And Brock has to wait for Otoshima, who's still rotating from B. TSM have a one-man advantage, and with that thing and the Odin, Brock is a
One
sitting
enemy
duck
remaining.
as Otoshima at least gets to some work done. Oh, TSM push on
Fuck,
to the site.
NT,
But Seven is stoic.
He'll have ult next.
Definitely
okay.
stoic. He's
Big
reading
round, big
everything to
round.
perfection. Yes, lost players towards the left side. Almost missed the spray and almost lost the fight to Brock on a default.
The Odin
but
did
after
work
finally
right
getting
there.
that kill
7 is
and deciding
22
to
and
fall
6.
back because he knows he still has a lot of time
What
to
a
work with.
series.
Decides to back up towards long A. Still watch the angle against Otoshima.
Mata 6 and
close
12. We
down
need him
an
to come
angle,
alive. We need him to come alive.
and
He's the
then wins
best
that
player in
fight
challengers
towards the
all
end
year.
because
but
he has an
we need him
Odin
today.
spray to get the kill. Is giving TSM closer to the victory, closer to the taste of moving up to Ascension.
Some damage on the 7. Not bad, not bad.
Well, hope that shock bolt was worth it.
Alright.
7. It costed a bit of holes in the
Get this
armor
kill.
there from the Odin of Brock. As Brock will drone out
Yeah, won't get
mid
that.
because of that smoke. Spotting set up early in that round. TSM are nowhere to be found mid, and the push has begun for C with the speed of Sin.
Rotate.
Nothing can
Nice.
slow them down.
It's good
Except
pings.
someone
Great
called
dart.
Fake. And he has been incredible
Don't
in the fragging
die.
department
Don't
for MXS.
die.
But Brock down to 25 HP, plays off the paranoia, makes the call to Brock, sprays him down with the Odin, 2 shock
3 on
bolts
4.
too. As TSM have to
Mata going
re-clear
down mid right
drone.
now.
Gets
Kind of
about
risky.
halfway, you
Why
don't see
also
what's on the
trying to
other
get
side
this
of that
cut off?
box.
This is very risky.
TSM are uncomfortable, and they're gonna leave.
They're pinned. You already have to walk across. You have Mata holding inside the window with the op. There's nowhere that TSM can go so far unless they win these fights.
Nice shot.
Pushed
Let's
by
go,
Forrest,
Mata.
and Mata
down
makes his
as
Four
way
on-
behind.
4 on
The
2.
Odin is dropped. Like you said, TSM our pin.
30
They were
seconds
hoping to
left.
just shoot through some of these walls. They
No.
would have gotten the pick onto that member in garage. Make it a
shot.
lot easier, a lot more
I like that.
doable.
Make him sweat for a second. Make him
Now
question
it's
his
just
life.
A proto.
Should he be aiming somewhere else? Is someone else gonna peek him? Fuck it.
Could use every round they can
That's-
get.
I hate this gun.
1v3 now for
10
Proto.
seconds left.
They can't hunt him down anymore.
He's going to these isolated duels. He's
Okay.
gonna get a lot for his troubles, but ultimately an MXS round.
Okay.
I was gonna say
The one alive on that bonus looking real good right now. Their money is gone. Their money is gone. Ours is literally on the brink. You know, like we cannot afford to fuck up this round. And based on what I watched on their Lotus VODs, part of me wants to say they're going to have a set play with stingers right now, like a hard set stinger play that's like a very quick pounce, right? Usually they would have neon ult on around like this, and it would probably be like a B hit going through A link and like with a deep A link smoke, and they're fucking killing that guy. Or maybe like it's a B hit where they're pushing through to C link. Like it's gonna be some shit like that. It's gonna be something very fast. Maybe like a slam C, like they're just running it down C. It is gonna be a very quick play. That's my prediction right now, and I'm predicting we'll get like a half buy. In the other games TSM won, they switched to a very like execute heavy style, like deep in the game too, like after these timeouts. So we'll see if they stick to it.
By 4 rounds, TSM have both their timeouts. Well, after that one, only one, but
Come into the
TSM
unknown.
now they can adapt, and they're gonna try and overcome yet another top team in challengers.
Here we go.
Hopscotch
Shut down.
play from Sim. He's done that before. Now the fault line coming from a short gets the
There it
attention of
is.
MXS, who all stacked in here with all the util. Who can react quicker? And Brock
Ooh, good
playing
shutdown.
off the flash.
I loved our rotate too. We had
Beautiful
4
stuff
here
out of
so
MXS,
fast.
and now the smokes
They
will keep
understood
them
what they were up
divided, slow
against,
down
and they were ready.
TSM. So maybe even divide them, but a
Good
Proto
util.
still needs
They
to
were
fight
very
and use that
aware
arrow
that they needed to be
back.
loose with the
Get it.
util.
MXS have not given them an inch, and they will
Holy
not get a
fuck,
mile.
let's
It's a
go.
black light flawless.
Okay. Love to see that, because there's also the world chat where like pro teams try to sit on util. They try to be cheeky. They try to hold it because they don't want to be the team that uses it first, right? Like you don't want to be the team that uses it first. On a hit like that, if you have the feeling like you're getting fucking run down, you absolutely have to get ahead of it, like Flya just did. That was so big. Even Brock with like the shocks, like
going
they
into
were
this
really
round,
like
they are
loose with the
looking to
util.
potentially still fight here on a mid-C split. So an interesting call. Mata might be able to swing out with this op. Can he punish one here?
MXS realizing just the deadliness of TSM's retakes.
Ooh.
If they plant and give up the side, MXS just don't even want to let them set up in the first place. So MXS just with these aggressive peaks, especially from Mata,
So just wait this shit
keeping
out.
TSM at bay.
Mata
Now that
standing
the smokes
garage.
are up, you don't know where TSM are, and they could easily repeat.
7 has drone.
It's a good
They
start
also
though,
have
because the dash
cage.
got activated here by Mata,
So they
although
have
he didn't
cage
use it
here,
to
they
dash
put a
away.
smoke
So for
here, they're
TSM, they don't know
droning
where the op is
through.
at yet. There's still an element of surprise here
There's
for
a lot of
MXS,
info
but there's no
denial.
real, I could try to
They're not
dash,
gonna
get
use
through a
it.
smoke in a pick. So
Looks like
TSM
they're
can
gonna-
now leverage the next cycle of
Yeah.
initiator utility to try to rework the map. But if they're walking into the door
Give
because
us-
the
give
op
us
shot never
this.
came
Give
out,
us this. Come
this
on.
could be a good opportunity
Do
for
it.
a pick.
Do it.
It's an important position for Mata to hold, knowing TSM have loved the C site so
No.
much. He've even put the KJ util on defense
Cage
there,
wild.
and Mata pushes out. There's just too quiet in mid.
Spike
And now
planted.
drops the up, gives it to TSM, and they've planned it for B, and they just are not going to hold inside the site. And this MXS
no,
paranoia
that's
gets
over.
no one. They've cleared, and around this corner is GMD, of all places, paired up with the Proto on the left side. MXS out in the open. The spike gets tapped. TSM knows someone is home, but it's Vic, who's so good at harassing TSM to make this close. But it's TSM
Gun
up to
here.
11, 2 rounds away from Ascension.
And MXS were never going to be aware of the second flanker being a proto that you just called, because a proto never swung out after GMD died. So a bait and switch for him to just be the final nail in the coffin
Oh,
to secure
dude,
the round
Mata
for
did
TSM
not need
should
to-
somehow 7 with the way that he's been.
Mata didn't need to do that. Yeah, Vic is so locked in like these aim situations in the late round. I feel like in the early round he might be like flooded with like ideas.
Information out from me, Proto. A
Like
silent
maybe too much
killer
prep or
and
something.
a silent piece of utility that's so useful for TSM to work the map so far in map number 3.
Interest Fury from Brock early in the round. At the very least, would have gotten information on A long, or if they would have been even poised at the A side. So even though you get nothing, you get something in terms of information from Brock, and he still has the
Drone this shit
recon, still
out.
has the drone. If anything, now TSM have to re-drone and re-clear
Caution
this whole
here.
Drone
area.
doesn't really get anything. Mata stays close. The fault line
They're
is
okay of doing
ready.
that.
The ult is
Late
probably
owl
ready,
drone though
bro.
got dispensed at the minute mark. They can't really re-clear.
So they
towards the
showed
A side
he
because
showed
of
the
that owl
breach
drone
and they
gone.
immediately went
So
B.
they're going back into a
They were waiting for that.
hit
That's
on
what
the
they were
side of
waiting for.
TSM. Maybe trying to bait out and waste out Killjoy utility.
The dude,
Good
the
enough
alarm
for
bot
both
is giving
sides.
away a spot. Alarm bot's actually fucking him.
Chasing him down too.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
Sim
care.
just got to do.
We should be
Tokyo
breach ulting
strips
this, bro.
around the site.
Bro!
All 5 on the
What the
front line, and Maya
fuck?
peeks it, thinking he got something off the flash, thinking he had the
3 on
advantage,
3.
and he had nobody to support him. Defenders locked down now from Otoshima to help MXS reestablish the middle of the map.
That's crazy.
And 7 is just gonna brawl through it. Now can play at the edge, and it's only Vic remaining in a 1 versus 3.
No
He
way.
just gets sprayed down by 7. 3 with the Odin.
Bro.
TSM are one round away from ascending.
Oh,
a
bro.
team that lost to M80 in the upper quarterfinals 0-2 and went for the lower bracket
Feeling
run,
like Gege.
beating SAT Esports, beating Collegiate Team Blinn, but then with the biggest upset against OXG are about to do the impossible by also upsetting another top Titan, being Moist X Shopify on this map of Haven. It all comes down to this with a Blade Storm around rifles, small shields, and a Rolling Thunder for MXS, and 5 chances to move in and win the series for
5
TSM.
chances.
And will it be MXS falling
Solo
over their
push here
shoelaces
for
right
Vic,
at
no
the
one with
finish
him.
line, just like they did last Ascension? TSM 1 round away, and it all comes down to this. Mata couldn't get a pick.
Bro.
And MXS
Okay.
didn't send more with them, but at least it's a
There's
win for
literally
Vic,
solo
pushing
push
up
to
to
both
3C,
extremities.
Catching
Like,
GMD, no paranoia, no smokes from TSM, just working on that right side map control, and now realizing there's someone around here, Flya, who still has a Rolling Thunder. His life is so important for MXS's chance on the retake.
Exactly, and he's down to 33. Almost got punished out of that one, and that
They're
could have been
grabbing their
over right
patrol.
there. MXS room to
Dry
breathe.
took this
Now
side.
Rolling Thunder
They're just
picked
so
up as
aware, man.
Poise picks up an
Like,
orb, and this might
we
now
didn't
give a
have any
chance
of
here for
this. This
TSM
is gonna be
to
a
just
kill.
lock down
I
util and
guarantee
pulse
it.
for the pulse
We've
plan,
died to this
especially
shit
now that
literally the whole
7 has a
time,
Hunter's
on
Fury
our
off this
ways.
plant.
My ult is ready.
And Sim could go for an early peek. He has the fast lane too if he wants to kind of
He's gonna
isolate
ult
these
Link
tools
for Sim, dude.
TSM.
He's gonna ult Link for
That's
Sim
4v4,
on this
Rolling
ult.
Thunder,
Sim is gonna
Hunter's
kill a
Fury
lot of us.
waiting for a sound cue, but it's Flya's Rolling Thunder that comes out first, and no one checks the corner under pressure. It's Sim yet again, and now it's only Flya, and it's a 4K
GG.
from Sim to Sim
GG.
Shopify out of playoffs.
Damn.
TSM,
What a run for
let's
TSM,
end.
man. Congrats to
Who
them.
better than
Honestly,
Sim to get the final kills and a 4K on top
honestly, bro, congrats to these boys. Like,
time here in the stage 1
bro,
and 2.
everyone was shitting on TSM like all year. I felt like I was the only initial believer of this team, and then I didn't even believe at the start of playoffs, and they fucking made this run. Wow, what a run by these guys. It obviously is devastating as someone rooting for Moist X Shopify, but I will respect their run. Like, that was fucking crazy. Like, I gotta respect their run. Dude. That's criminal. That's criminal, man.
let's go check in with Sierra.
Uber Al-Gaib.
Goober's over there, man, for real. I just have to say, I mean,
Trying to get the stats here.
Nobody really thinking that TSM would have been the team, and I think that there's a lot of people that go into that category, but TSM, I mean, man, you have to be
Here's our
like hats
stats.
off, props given where it's due. TSM in this lower bracket, Don, have turned it around. Like, they wanted it so bad, and they earned that spot.
Yeah, they did it the hard way too. I mean, going
Seven
down
had
to the
an
lower bracket this
amazing
early and having to
playoffs. Same with
sludge your way
Sim.
through this, through so many good teams, is just
Sim
so
and
difficult.
Seven
It's a
together
testament to their
played
resilience,
so well.
and the experience and chemistry they have.
It's
on
so
this team.
tragic
We
too
talked about
that
how
like the
scrappy
two
the bracket was
guys
sometimes,
from the
but,
MXM
you know, it was
roster.
never in
Look at
question
that.
that
Oh wait,
they
I'm
had
sorry.
the,
No, it's
the
a Proto and
individuals on
Sim.
this
I don't know
team,
why I
right? The
thought.
talent, the
Why.
mechanics. It was just a matter of putting all the pieces together.
Still, I still
getting
think
that
Sim
team
played a
play,
really good series.
Nice and crispy, right? And this is what we're seeing from TSM. A nice
They
victory
lost that
here
map
from
too,
them
though.
to close this out in map 3 and send them to Ascension. Oh
Crazy,
man,
we
they
fucking-
have to be feeling on top of the world. Look at those celebrations. Poise is just feeling it, man. I love that guy. He is always full of energy. You know, he's just the rock of this team and keeping them focused when things get hard
That's
throughout
so sad.
this series and throughout this bracket. And so
It's
I know
actually
this means a lot to him.
fucking heartbreaking.
Look at these stats real quick. I want to direct everybody's attention to the post-plant column for MXS. This is what TSM have done
So
on Haven
bad,
quite
dude.
recently. This map looks a heck of a lot like
That's
their matchup against
so
Blade,
bad.
but it's like 4
I don't know why we were playing so aggressive and spaced out in those posts. That's like my mold, like from the first half. Like when I was losing it, it was the posts. And like that stat explains everything. That explains why I felt the way I felt. Like, fuck, dude. It didn't feel like Mata played a horrible game. It didn't feel that way. I didn't watch him whiff. I didn't watch him do dumb shit. I watched everyone on our team do fucking the dumbest shit this game. Oh, bro. The posts were real rough. Who's the jinx? What's Ludwig's tweet? Dude. Fuck. Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
project designed.
That's crazy that this core literally just had the same result 2 years in a row. Yeah, I don't think Odorous' spacing was ever like in tune in that first half. I don't know how you feel about that, but like in a vacuum, I don't think like his positioning and stuff like that is bad, but based on the pace of the game, based on how his teammates were playing, based on there being a lack of flanks, like all of these things indicate that the Killjoy should be like more in tune with the team, more connected with the team, or way more aggressive on like a flank lurk. But like instead it was like passive, like holding for flanks kind of shit. Like the space was just odd. Like the space in the post was odd a lot. It didn't work together. It's like two different teams were playing the post plans.
Really, if they're going to be able to move on forward and play like this tomorrow, play like this at Ascension, this is going to be a terrifying team to be watching out for. So literally all of the
Oof.
heroes in the world to them. M80 and TSM moving on to Ascension. Only one can move on up, but
I don't think Otoshima played so bad that series. I really don't. Like he's actually in the middle of the scoreboard. I think everyone on the team played pretty fucking bad that series, truthfully. Like I don't think this was a Vic is up here statistically. Like I think mechanically he had a lot of highlights throughout the series, but he also made a lot of mental errors. I could say the same thing for Brock, Flya, Mata, Odorous, like any of them. It was just an off day, and it was the worst day to have an off day. Do I think MXS takes it if it's a best of 5? I hate to play that like what if game. With the form TSM has shown, I don't think it would be fair for me to say that. Am I sad that it wasn't a best of 5? Yes, I'm sad that it wasn't a best of 5, but I'm not gonna say that like we would have beat them in a best of 5. Like I don't think that's fair to TSM. They looked very good today. They looked like the better team here. So it sucks. Do I think we would have won if we played like 3 weeks ago before playoffs? Yes. You know, like, yeah, I think maybe. Do I think we would have won in split 1 when we looked insane and TSM didn't look insane? Yes. But I mean, today TSM is the better team, and I don't think you can deny it after what we saw. That's a bitter pill to swallow for me right now. Holy. Seeding advantage even matter with the Ascension format? I mean, I don't know what format they're going to use, man. Like, that's one thing that we've learned here is don't take something for granted because it happened last year, right? Because this was a best of 5 last year. You know, like, I wonder if I could just do this. Would this work? No. Like, this was a best of 5 last year. So, no reason to think that we're going to be in that same type of tournament. Here we go. But this is what it was last year, where it started off as a group stage, and you could see like how the seeding played out. It doesn't really matter now, because all these teams end up making it through. The seeding does matter if you get the top seed in your group, but like, yeah, I wouldn't stress if I got this 2 seed here. Like, I wouldn't stress it, you know? For sure, I wouldn't stress that.
TSM, the lower bracket Demons with the 2-1 victory over MXS. They're going to be moving on to the grand finals, and most importantly,
I'm gonna try to get my
going to
pick-ems in
Ascension
after
on
this
the
shit.
line. I have a pro to here to chat a little bit more. Congratulations, you're going to Mexico. How are you feeling?
So good. I can't even explain how good it feels for us and the team.
I do love a proto. I do love a proto.
It took us so long to get into the
groove. A good guy
and play how we should be playing. This is how we should be playing, beating these top 2, top 3 teams. You know, like this is us right now.
It is amazing to see everything just kind of click into place here when it's the most important, of course, looking at this Ascension tournament, because TSM from the get-go, I mean, the talent on this squad is insane, but looking back at stage 2, it's been this 3-3 sort of thing. You got locked down to the lower bracket, and everything kind of clicked. The teamwork's looking so much better. The fundamentals, everything. Was there
That's what's crazy about this game today.
End that just kind of clicked here? Has it just been the accumulation of hard work finally paying off? Like, what was the change?
I think from the get-go, we knew that we had a roster that could do really well, and we started like all these top teams. Like,
I mean, this guy was here last year with the boys.
Rosters for a while now, right?
I mean, look at this.
Solidified their team chemistry and their strats. They've had all of that. We've had to work that from the ground up.
This was the best of 5 that they lost.
And especially when you
to not make it last year.
5 new players on the team together all at the same time.
So this is when the team fractured and they split up.
Like as a team in cohesion, you know, and we would have glimpses of that, and then we would fall back a little bit. We'd take like one step back, you know, and this last like month we've been seeing a lot of improvements, and especially during playoffs, things just clicked where now we're playing off each other better. We're still over peaking sometimes. That's something we're trying to work on. We gotta reel in everybody a little bit. But
yeah, they're out of it. Yeah, MXS is out.
So well, and Kev is calling really well right now. It's one of the big thing is when we listen to Kev, when he takes his time.
Kev is poised.
No one's rushing him. He's doing his thing. He's making the right calls, and that's allowing us to relax and do our own thing also.
I mean, I'm glad to see that everything's clicking, and listen to more is what I'm kind of understanding from this, all right? It's what y'all got to do tomorrow. But I do want to ask about one switch that we got to see in the series.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
This neon switch that we got to see coming back onto Haven. It was something that y'all did.
Thought it was your boy.
A few games ago. Last time we saw you on Haven, like three games back.
So
and then kind of switched
you
off
see here,
the Jet, bringing it out.
This is like how it was, right?
For the team. Was that
so top 2 got slots for VCT America's Ascension. So that's
We
M80
weren't
and
working on it for that
TSM.
long. We
That's
just
what
knew
this
it
was
in our back
for.
pocket 'cause we played it before.
The winner of
the
this
Jet and Neon play
event,
style, we've done them both, and they will
which
play
is what
differently.
they're talking about here,
we
the
felt
winner of
confident,
this
especially 'cause we were running
qualifies for
AJ,
VCT
that Neon would be
Americas.
the better pick for us.
So it's been a fucking
Now,
marathon,
talk about
but
your journey a little bit,
today
because we
was
did
like
get
the
to see,
hardest
of
step.
course, you last
Getting
year try and vie
here
for the spot and
to
come
get like the 1
really
in 6
close to
shot,
it,
you know?
losing in the lower finals.
That's why
and
it's
just
so
kind of missing out on
devastating.
that spot. So this
They
was
got
kind of
literally
redemption
right to the
story, and
finish
you're going
line,
up against your
and
old
they
teammates
lost.
as well. So how does it feel then
Again,
for you
2 years in a
now,
row.
back up against the wall in the
brutal.
series, being able to then take this
Brutal.
win?
It's bittersweet. Don't get me wrong. Like, it feels amazing to win it and prove that, you know,
So brutal.
at least for me and Tyler, you know, that us getting removed, like, that we still have it, and that
Like,
with
that was the
another team,
bracket
we
from
have
this year.
exactly the tools that are needed to win, you know,
That's
and
the
make
quickest way I can
Ascension.
find it is
And
like this,
it feels
but-
really good. I love the guys on that team. I have no bad blood with them. In fact, they're still my friends. So it hurts
so
that they aren't getting to live their dream right
eerily
now, but
similar,
it also feels
dude.
good that we have a chance to do ours.
It had M80 beating Oxygen 2-0.
It's not quite
It had
over quite
us
yet, of
beating
course. You got the big prize,
some
which is going to
fucking
Ascension,
other
But we
team
do get to see you one
right
more time
here,
tomorrow go
2-0.
up against
Who the
M80,
fuck
the
did
ones
we
who
even
knocked
beat
you to
here?
the lower bracket. And Don specifically
I don't even
wanted me to
remember.
ask if you're worried about going up against them again
Who did we
tomorrow.
beat here this year?
One of these days we got to beat them, right? Like, there's been how many close OTs? Like, maybe a couple times where it could have been a 2-0 for us. Like,
We
they're
beat Blinn.
such a good team, and
beat
we're
Blinn
just
this
starting to
year.
play the best Valorant we can
Oxygen
play. Or
gets fourth
at least not the best
again
Valorant. We can always improve.
in the
you know,
same way.
we're-
Like,
we're
they
at
look like
our
they could be a
highest point we've been
contender.
at
They
yet.
look like they could be a favorite.
I'm confident.
This
I'm feeling
team
confident,
wins
but
this
they're
game,
beasts.
and in the
whatever
same
happens tomorrow, we'll still
exact
have time to
way,
prep for Mexico and show up there.
Moist loses to
I mean,
M80
I'm
and then
definitely
loses
excited
in the
to see,
lower
especially with
finals.
this turnaround TSM has
Crazy,
had.
bro.
Congratulations
Fucking
yet
crazy.
again on Ascension, this
Thank you.
win.
It's fucking
everything. Thanks for
crazy
chatting. Have
how
a good
this
night.
played
Good luck
out.
tomorrow.
Thank you. You too. Have a great night.
Thank you, thank you.
What the
Back
fuck?
over to the desk.
It's literally like history just repeated itself. Don't they say history doesn't repeat itself? It like rhymes or something like that. Like, this shit is literally just Control C, Control V. Like,
M80 down. I think they're like you said, this is the best Valorant they've ever played as a team, and I think their ceiling is even much higher than this. So there's a lot of time.
Look into his honeys. You can see Haven strats on his screen. Oh shit! He's trying to get the download, baby. Yo, your boy's scared. They're coming for you, Don. Watch
You got
out,
me.
buddy.
I've been exposed. I mean, their Haven was looking good.
No, they
it
say
might have to be a ban for
something
us.
like that.
We'll see
What-
going into it tomorrow.
something like that.
I appreciate that instead of just taking off the sunglasses, that you have to cover them. And so I respect the brand. But
It's a commitment. It's a lifestyle, you know. The shades stay on.
Champs pick.
perfect. I mean, looking back at the match today and kind of looking forward.
the line?
TSM
All this stress for a LATAM team to just come in and scoop it. Not even a Brazilian team, just a LATAM team just blindsides everyone. Bro, that would be fire, actually. Because those LATAM teams last year, they were cooking. They're going to come in here with probably like nutty-ass comps. Do I watch Grand Final? I'm gonna go for it. The problem is that it's very close to this. It's very close. And I'm going to be here for this. So this is at 1 my time. And this is also, so there's a 12-hour gap. There's a 12-hour gap here. So like the time this ends, there could potentially be 7 hours for me to like shower, eat dinner, sleep, talk to my family, exist outside of the internet. I'll probably do it. Wait, it's a best of 3? Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way that's a best of 3, dude. I didn't even notice it viables. What the fuck, man? Ain't no way. That's crazy. Holy fuck. Call the kids. Tell them dad's gonna be there for dinner tomorrow. Tell the chat I'll be fucking watching both games. Tell them to send a thank you note to Knights. That's crazy, bro. Grand final best of 3 is crazy. Why? Why? I guess, I mean, this is the meaningless one, so it's whatever. It's whatever. Fuck, I'm just butthurt. It's all good. We can, We can do pick-ems now, right? Maybe so. Maybe it was. Maybe we can blame her for this. Maybe, I think you're onto something with that. I probably should change my res. Huh? No, actually. Why? Why did something just happen? I didn't even change my res. Okay. We can chill here. I thought I was on 4x3. How do I fucking do this? Where is the pick'em? Oh, here we go. Okay. I haven't even entered this yet, chat. I haven't even answered this. This looks fucking insane, actually. As a judge? Why has it got those turrets on chains? Is that? Let's go! Wait. Who is that? Is that Mel? Is that? Yeah, actually heartbroken. I actually haven't been on. I've been fucking watching these games, man. The actual pain, dude. The actual pain. The actual fucking pain. Man, now I'm really wishing that Lotus was played. That's what I'm thinking right now. Oh, this is really official. Oh my god, this is really official. Ludwig. I actually, dude, did you see in the content piece chat that like when they launched this, I think only like one person won it or something. Like this is insanely difficult to get. Insanely difficult to get. So basically, I'll be the second, is what I'm thinking. Because you guys know how I do it. Group A. I feel like this one's... I'm trying to see like if I want to do upsets, where I want to have them. Okay. All right. Let's see. Where do you guys want me to start? Your hot take is that Fnatic won't get first in Group A. That is absolutely correct. They will not get first in Group A because DRX will get first in Group A. So yeah, that's a good shout by you. Second, now they could get second. They could get second. Fnatic very well could do that, chat. They could do it. But they'll do it. They'll actually do it. Fuck. I want to pick crew there, but I can't. I fucking can't. I can't bring myself to do it. I don't have the balls. I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to so bad. Ugh. So like you figured out map bans and shit for this. I feel like that's super cope. With the gap between regular season and champs, you don't know how Abyss is going to play out. I think with a sample size for these pro teams to look at, there's a high likelihood we're going to see comps like the meta comps will be nearly solved. Nearly by the time champs end. Because the teams had footage of a lot of Abyss matches and time to cook. So now they have like a lot of like visual access to ideas and like a lot of options. This is like a great time for the map. I think Abyss will be popping off in this event. And my prediction, I say this pretty much always when there's one of these new maps, whoever wins this event is going to be, I'm going to say like top 2 Abyss team in this event. There's like no way that whoever wins this event is a dog shit Abyss team. There's no fucking way. I think like that the team that has mastered that map will use it very effectively in the map like pick ban and control like all the stages. And I I think there's like worse maps in the pool that people will be like banning and shit. Like I don't think a lot of these teams mind even playing Abyss, truthfully. So, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Thank you for the raid we did. I was looking at chat. Thank you. I think I even responded to your message. Thank you so much for the raid though. I appreciate it. Let me see. I'm gonna move. I can move me up a little bit so you guys can see at very least like what's happening over there. Okay. I do think Crew could end up getting out of this group. They definitely have the skill to do it. I don't think they've cooked enough with their comps. Like, I don't think they've shown me, like, that they can flex across some of these other duelists as well as I initially thought with Kesnit. They lost a little bit of the cohesion they had in Split 1 on this new patch with, like, the double initiator plays. And maybe that could be with losing Klaus. I just don't have faith in them. Group B, it is nearly impossible for me to not pick Gen G here. Like, it would be like me being cheeky if I had picked anyone but Gen G as the first seed. I think there's a chance that they falter. There's a chance they like look bad. But would I bet against it? Never. Not right now. Not today. I wouldn't bet against it. So you absolutely have to take them there. Like, if you don't take them in first, it's like you're kind of just coping. I feel like you have cope in you for sure. Second. Heretics have struggled surprisingly a little bit more lately ever since Shanghai. They had that like post-event haze. Haven't looked as good on like some of the neon comps. Sentinels had a slight resurgence, perhaps a dead cat bounce. Like they look pretty flat against 100 Thieves. Boostio said that Sentinels will not make it out of groups because 100 Thieves was shit and they beat Sentinels. These are the words of Boostio, not me. And I will trust my fearless leader. I will trust him. I will trust him. His hating is pretty good. All right, who's getting third here? Crew, Billy. Who's getting third here? Sen are gonna tear up FPX. FPX might get out of groups, but I don't think they beat Sentinels to get out of groups. I don't think that happens. I think Sentinels, like their style, would cause some problems for FPX because Sentinels can bounce off a lot of bullshit very, very well. Honestly, I'm even tempted to put Sentinels in second over Heretics. It's just that Boostio told me it's not happening. Lev getting to play internationally again. Talon is definitely a team that could blindside us here. Primi, crazy fucking duelist. There's not a lot of footage with this new lineup. So this is scary as fuck. Vitality, obviously, is safe, having like a crazy playoffs to even get them here. This team is fucking super revitalized. I like some of the stuff Ross has cooked up over there for Talon. I do feel like they could do this shit. You farted? God damn it, you fucker. What are you, 10? You. Honestly, dude, I might be a Talon believer right here. I'm a Talon believer. I'm a fucking Talon believer right here. I'm gonna do it. I think like if I were like if this were like a bet, I'd probably favor Vitality. I trust Frost to come out with a good game plan. He's had some time to cook. He's pretty good at prepping in these scenarios. I think they have a pretty good squad. I'm worried about the players shrinking under the pressure on Talon. That's definitely a worry of mine. This doesn't feel like a smart play to not put Vitality through, but I'm going to go with it. This doesn't feel like a smart play, though, to do that. EDG, foot, Paper X, fuck. Paper Rex have not looked as good this year as maybe past, but they still have a fuck ton of skill on that team. And they still cook up the craziest shit. And you don't want to play them in groups. G2 might be the most stratted up team at this tournament. They are a fucking nightmare to play against if you have a hole in your game at all. Like, if you have any holes in your game, Josh RT will find them, and he will fucking pick them apart. Valen is such a good mid-rounder right now. The question is just like, can Icy hang with these duelists in this fucking group, chat? Look at the duelists in this group. We're talking Concon, we're talking CNED, we're talking fucking something, Jing, Forsaken. Like, we're talking some of the best duelists in the world are in this group with Icy. Like, this is a big fucking test. It's a really big test. So I think G2 can take PRX in the opener. That's what really matters here, huh? That's what really matters here. I think the opener. I think if this match happened second and G2 had some footage to work with, I would trust them. I think playing PRX in the opener is terrifying. Like, they are going to do shit that G2 couldn't have even imagined happening in this game. And they just have to react on the fly. I got to take Paper X here. This is the one game that you like, it is very, very hard to play this team in that game. I'll pick G2 as my second team. I would like to think Foot will play a very, very close series with G2, actually, to determine who gets out. And I even think that series will be close. This is an insane group, dude. Like, Group D is so stacked, actually. Everyone's talking about Group B, but Group D is ridiculous. Do I need to lock this in somehow, chat? Is this locked? Bro, yeah, the quad China 4th is definitely not happening. This guy's hating. This guy is hating. Yeah, they'll have an upset. I just don't know where. I can't fucking guess. What do you want me to do? Just guess? I don't know which one. Be the upset. VLG is the... Bro, one of them is going through. I feel like one of these Chinese teams is going through. I don't know which. But... they're taking someone's fucking lunch. They're eating that shit. No, dude, in CS, I'm traumatized, chat, because in CS, FPX could be the one. I don't know much about Trace, though. It could be them, too. I have no idea about them. In CS, there's like a lock button. And there's been pick-ems where I do all of this, and I don't click lock. And then I, like, leave the game. It's like, bro, why can't it just be like this? This is great. Like, I don't have to click anything. All right, but that is the perfect pick'em. So you think Trace and Vitality beat Talon? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Talon pick is a little bit crazy. The Talon pick by me is crazy. Like, I'm picking a team with a rookie, new roster. They played Abyss, I think, off memory. They played Abyss twice, and they changed comps. They looked shaky the second time. Like, I don't really have a lot that's telling me this, other than I just think they've handled their opponents pretty well. I think in Stage 2, they looked good. Even in Stage 1, they surprised me. They look good. They look organized when I tune into them. They bring good ideas. They come with game plans. And they're willing to try shit that other teams haven't seen before. They have all of the factors of an underdog team that I would look for. They have like the star duelists. They have the creative playbook. They have like the risk taking with pick bans. Like, they have all of these like items necessary for me to think they could do this. Not saying they will, but they're a good underdog to pick. Primi is a big reason for this. I'm going to tell you that. Primi is a big reason for this second place pick. That was a huge addition. And it's giving me massive, like, Woot to Heretics vibes. You know, like, it's giving me a lot of Woot coming into Heretics vibes. So, yeah. I'm APAC pilled as fuck. I mean, America's has looked a little weak this year. I mean, I think we'd be lying to ourselves if we didn't say that. Like, even with Sen winning Madrid, like, this is the first time I've not felt very good coming into Champions. Like, I don't feel great about it. Like, I don't feel super confident in Lev, even though they look great domestically lately. Like, their ability to, like, play on the fly and, like, have King mid-round, it's going to be necessary deep in this event. And they haven't shown me they can do that yet. G2 is a team that I trust. But if they had, like, a fucking, like, if Icy played like he did all year, like he did, like, that last series or whatever, like, dude, I would be greening out for G2. I would love this team. But I worry. I worry because I know that, like, there's two ways to win in Valorant. One is just shooting someone's head with, like, your duelist, like someone like Osball, someone like Paper Rex, like CNED, like Hong Kong. Like, these are options. The game has high variance in certain roles. And, like, these teams can up the variance by picking these duelists. And G2 is like the other style. They're very strategic. They're minimal risk. Icy plays within a system, does everything they ask of him, and more. But, like, throwing a wrench, like these 3 wrenches into G2's machine, holy fuck, that could break it all. Shit could fucking break. That's what I'm worried about with them. Like, Oxy's really going to be... Or not Oxy. Icy. God, these 3-letter fucking names. Icy is going to have a lot of work cut out for him here in this group. A lot of work. I mean, same with, like, these duelists in here. These duelists in here in Group B. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. Life, Zekin, Miniboo, /Woot, Texture. Fucking Christ. Alright. This is what I'm going with, though, for my groups. For sure getting 100%. Pretty much locked it in. And, why you not let me exit game? Icy to the chopping block? No, dude. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I get that people think I'm saying that, but I'm not saying that. He's a very restricted duelist. Like, he's told to do certain things, and he has limitations in his gameplay. He's a really good team player. Yeah. All right, so here's our finals tomorrow. I guess it's best of 3. Oh yeah, the VLR group. I forgot. Let's do that. Where are we at? Boom. What? No. Did I just fill out random shit? I think I just filled out random shit so I didn't forget. Okay. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this what I had? Alright. And then Jinchi is number 1. And then Heretics is number 2. Nothing changed there. Lev number 1. And I had Talon actually winning this in lowers. Lock that in. That's a bad spot for Talon, maybe. Having shown 2 best of 3s worth of material. Speaking of down myself. We're changing this. Flopping. Foot against EDG. I have Foot winning that. And then G2 running the lowers. I believe they could take out Foot, especially when Foot has 2 best of 3s. Josh, RT, Val, and great anti-shredders. This is a great opportunity for G2 if they fall to lowers. So that's what I'm going with. And then the group is right here. Here. You guys are blind. You guys are blind. Here we go. Well, at least now it's correct. Before it wasn't correct. It was just a bunch of random shit. So at least now when you see it, it's going to be the same. It's going to be the same as what you saw. Something crazy. Not bad. I was just filling all of it in. And then, yeah, group code right here. So DRX, Fnatic, Chiji, Heretics, Lev, Talon, Paper XG2. Not super confident in them, especially Group B and D. Especially those groups. Talon pick, underdog pick. And then DRX beating Fnatic. Slight upset in my opinion. But I think DRX has some shooters. And they're ready to do it. They're ready to do it. Please don't let me down, DRX. I'm gonna flip. DRX might be my quickest flip ever. Like, I could flip on this team 3 rounds in. They could like look like shit against Crew like 3 rounds. I'll be like, bro, what was I thinking? This team is dog shit. That's where I'm at with DRX. Like, if they do me dirty one more time, it even smells like they're about to do me dirty, I'm gonna sell all my DRX stocks. I'm gonna get rid of them all immediately. Like, panic sell. Okie dokie. All right, y'all. I'm going to end her. Wait, did anyone join the group? Holy fuck, we got a lot of people up in this bitch. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Dude, whoever won the last one still hasn't told me what they want. I'm really telling you, you fucking choose what you want. Pick it. Pick it. All right. Okay. I'm sending you guys over to Keo. He lives like down the not down the street, but close to me. Bye-bye, VIP viewer. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow for the finals. Best of 3. Keck. I hate you, Vans. You fucking casted this abomination today. It's all your fault. You ruined the day. You will forever not be moist. Let your days be as dry as the Sahara Desert. And your nights also be lacking any moisture.